Hey YouTube, and thanks for checking out iPhone Junkies, your one-stop shop for your fix on iPhone hacks, cracks, tips, tricks, and assorted tweaks. Today's fix is how to install Apple's iOS 5.0 Beta 4 firmware on your iPhone 3GS and iPhone 4. Now before we begin, I just want to mention that this is going to be a tethered jailbreak, which means that if you have to reboot or shut down and restart your phone for whatever reason, you're going to have to repeat a portion of the jailbreaking process to have full functionality of your phone. So before we get started, we just need a couple of things. The first of which is iTunes 10.5 Beta 4. You're going to need a copy of the iOS 5.0 Beta 4 firmware for your respective device, be it 3GS or iPhone 4. A copy of Red Snow Beta 4, iPhone browser, and PLIST Editor Pro. Don't worry about this, guys. All the information and links will be posted at the bottom of the video. Just click more info. So the first thing we're going to do is install iTunes 10.5 Beta 4. I'm going to pop that puppy open, and we're going to connect our iPhone to it. Now my iPhone is already jailbroken to the 5.0 Beta 4, but I'm going to repeat this jailbreaking process for you just to show you that it works flawlessly. Alright guys, so once you've downloaded everything, what I want you to do is install and run iTunes 10.5 Beta 4. Plug in your iPhone. Make sure it recognizes your iPhone. Then what you're going to do is I want you to hold down on your keyboard the Shift key and restore. This is going to enable you to, this is going to allow you to find your respective firmware and allow you to restore to 5.0 Beta 4. So mine, as always, is on my desktop. I've located it. I'm going to click open, and then I'm going to click restore. Alright guys, so my phone has been restored to 5.0 Beta 4 before the jailbreaking process. iTunes has yet to recognize the phone, but I'm going to show you the aftermath of applying the 5.0 Beta 4 firmware without a developer's account. So as you can see, my phone is rebooting. Okay, so here is now what it's going to look like. This is the start of our process. iTunes is accessing it. Oh, check this out, guys. Okay, we're unable to complete the activation process because you don't have a developer's account. Sucks to be us at this point, doesn't it? So, what I want you to do is close iTunes, and I want you to open up your Red Snow. Okay? Now, I don't know why this is essentially important. I'm going to maximize my window here, but I want you on Red Snow to right click on the exe file. I want you to I want you to scroll down to properties, and then I want you to click on this tab called compatibility, and make sure that this run the program in compatibility mode for Windows XP Service Pack 3. Make sure that that's checked. Click apply, then click OK. I don't know why this is 100% necessary. All I know is that if you miss or skip this process, the jailbreak's not going to work at all. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I'm not that much of a techno geek. Maybe some of you guys can tell me, but until then, mystery unsolved. Alright, so you're going to double click on Red Snow. It's going to give you it's going to ask you if you want to run it. Click yes. Okay, so now you got to browse for your firmware. And as always, I've stuck my firmware on my desktop, so I'm going to click open. So now it's going to be processing the firmware, making sure everything's kosher. Okay, IPSW successfully identified. Great. So now we can proceed. Click next. Now it's creating the program and the jailbreak to which we're going to install into our iPhone. Okay, now this is important. This is phase 1 of the jailbreaking process. What you're going to do once you get to this window is make sure that Install Cydia is checked off. because you know we're gonna need to install Cydia in order for this to work, right? So anyway, so make sure that's checked off. You're gonna click next. Okay, and then it's gonna say please make sure that your device is both turned off and plugged into your computer. So we're gonna make sure of that. So we're just going to hold down the power button on our iPhone. Okay, slide the power off. I gotta kill that when I'm done with this video. So it has to be completely turned off. Let me just see if I can do it this way. Okay, I'm gonna click next. Click next. Hold it down for 3 seconds. Power button and home button for 10 seconds. Release the power button, keep the home button pressed. Okay. And now our jailbreak is commencing. I'm going to show you what's going on here. My battery's running low, so I'm probably going to have to make a part 2 of this video. Okay guys, so after phase 1 of the jailbreaking process, your phone is going to look like this. Your phone is going to be searching for a service provider. It will not be able to locate one just yet. We're going to have to start step 2 of our jailbreaking process. So what I want you to do is open up your iPhone browser. Make sure your iPhone's connected to your computer so it can recognize it. I want you to find the file saying System. Click on Library. I want you to scroll down to Core Services, and in the Core Services you're going to find a text file called system version.plist. So wait till the actual iPhone browser loads up. It might take a little bit of time. Just going to minimize this for now. Okay, now what I want you to do, right click on system version.plist. I want you to click Save As, and I want you to save it to your desktop. Now, I'm going to get a little warning thing saying that it already exists. Do you want to replace it? I'm going to click Yes for the sake of this tutorial. Okay? Now, minimize that, and I want you to open up your PLIST Editor Pro. So I want you to click Open. Don't worry about this registration nonsense. Just click Remind Me Later. It will take you directly to your desktop. If not, just go pick your desktop, pick your plist, your system version .plist file, open that puppy up, and I want you to delete lines Here, I'll do it this way. I want you to delete lines 14 and 13. Okay, that'll be your beta and release types. Just get rid of those suckers. Clean it up. Click Save. Okay, close this sucker. Alright, done. Go back to your iPhone browser. I want you to right click on system version.plist. I want you to select Replace File. Go select your desktop and go to your edited system version.plist file. Actually, hold on a second. Let's just go here. Open. Okay, you're done. Now, close that. Okay? Now we're ready to start phase 2 of our jailbreaking process. So what I want you to do now is open up Red Snow again. Make sure you're running it with the compatibility of Windows XP Service Pack 3. Double click. Select Yes. Browse for your firmware. Select your firmware. Open it up. Okay, properly identified. Click Next. It's going to patch the kernels, create the jailbreaking process again. Alright, this time I want you to click Just Boot Tether right now. There's no need to reinstall Cydia, we've already done it. So make sure that Just Boot Tether right now is checked off. This process is what you're going to have to repeat if your phone ever restarts or reboots or shuts down and needs to turn back on. And I'll show you what I mean and why we need to do it. Alright, so I'm going to click Next. And again, I'm going to make sure that my phone is turned off. So here we go. 3 seconds. Power and home for 10 seconds. And keep your thumb on the home button until you hear the prompt. Okay, now again you're going to see that pineapple on your screen. I'm going to try and show you if I can. Okay, great. It's going to look like this. That's A-OK, that's how it's supposed to look. So the next thing you want to do is now commence the setup process. So you're going to slide your iPhone there. So basically what you're going to do is select your language. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to choose English. Click Next. Select your region. Select Next. Now this is optional. You can allow yourself to enable the location services or disable the location services. Just for fun, I'm going to enable the location services. I mean, you don't have to. It's not necessary. You can always disable. Depends on your preference. Click Next. Now it's going to ask you to select a network, a wireless network. Okay, so I'm going to select my wireless network. I'm going to put in my password. Alright, so now I'm connected to my wireless network. Click Next. Now it's going to ask you to set up your iPhone. Restore from, set it up as a new phone, restore from an iCloud backup, or restore from iTunes. Alright, so I am going to select Restore from iTunes. This is my iPhone fully restored off my iTunes 10.5 Beta 4. As you'll note, because my phone needed to reboot, certain apps are going to crash, like email. Email won't work. Let me see, internet won't work. Yeah, see, that keeps crashing. And a couple of other apps won't exactly work properly either. This is because my phone actually had to reboot during the restoration process. So what we're going to do is run the jailbreak process again. Okay guys, and now my iPhone is re-jailbroken again. I'm going to show you something. So now, remember when we talked about the email app crashing? There we go. Now we have our emails up and running. Okay, my emails are all set up. And internet is working A-OK. Alright, so that's it guys. That is your fix to install 5.0 Beta 4 firmware on your iPhone 3GS and iPhone 4. If you found this video at all useful, please rate, comment, and subscribe below. Send me a note of anything you'd like to see regarding hacks, cracks, tips, tricks, and assorted tweaks.